never done this before.
This is the first time that this is happening with the Bahamas Chamber. It's an historic occasion.
The Chamber plays a major role in coordinating the efforts and the issues on behalf of the private sector.
All of the chambers of commerce in the country, they come and converge on the province for 2 days of meetings. The idea behind that was to give all of the chambers an opportunity to get into the same room to discuss issues of relevance and national importance, not only to the country at large, but issues that are relevant to them in their constituencies as well. Because many of our family islands have felt that they've been left out of the discussion, left out of the national debates. So we thought that the Chamber had to take some leadership with this initiative, and we reached out, thought that it was a good idea to get this conclave going and bring everyone together. And this is not just the heads of the Chambers of Commerce in the country. We also are calling together heads of business associations, business leaders in the country, senior government officials, the political directorate, civil leaders, etc., all to come together over 2 days. The first day is going to be conference style, where we have some general presentations. Day 2 is going to be more of a working session with the heads of the associations and the chambers to be able to get to the meats and bones about the issues that affect all of us. So the real objective really is to bring together all of these chambers of commerce, get them to operate under a single umbrella, because we understand that while each chamber might operate in its own jurisdiction, we also know that there is strength in unity, and if we can get all of them together on the same page, addressing the same national issues, we think we can get better traction with our discussions and better presentations towards the national dialogue.
Because it is a venue for you to bring your ideas to the fore, to discuss them with individuals that are a part of the National Development Plan. There is absolutely nothing that can be achieved if we don't have everyone in the room talking about the issues that are important to all of us when we talk about the future development of the country.
The 2-day power-packed conclave will discuss in detail a whole range of national issues, as I mentioned before, not just from a government perspective, but also from a private sector lead. So yes, we want to hear what the government's position is, but we also want the private sector to really zoom in on that policy, talk about the impact of that policy to them as individuals, to them as businesses, and to their respective communities and chambers. So we'll be discussing arbitration, we'll be discussing national health insurance, which has taken a back seat in some respect to VAT, but an issue of great import with respect to potential of additional cost to businesses. So
I always use the point that the government doesn't trade. The private sector and business community are the ones that are responsible for driving trade and commerce in any society. And if we develop a plan for the future of this country, it cannot be done in isolation. It has to be done with the Chamber of Commerce and all of the private sector on board and involved in where we would like to see this country go. The public sector usually has a view on how things should be done, how the country should be managed, and that should always be balanced by what the view of the private sector is.
This conference is going to be important for several reasons. One, I think it presents a tremendous networking opportunity for all those involved in business at this level to come together, shake hands, exchange cards, have discussions, have introductions made, etc. Two, we get to address some issues and topics that might have been light touch dealt with before now, right? Whereas in this instance, we're able to bring together some very dynamic topics, very dynamic speakers, and if business people in the country want to get this information firsthand as to what it is that we're doing, where's the country headed from a private sector's perspective, then it's important for them to be there. Networking is a wonderful reason for them to come. Access to information, the dissemination of information, the gathering of information, and the fact that we intend to have some of the most influential people in the country sitting in that room to listen to these presentations and also to make some of the presentations as well.